and pastries. I mean, that is something that one should actually stop. I mean, let's endeavor to take a lot of water. Now, when it comes to calories, we talk about quantity. Quantity of what you take. You understand? We say when you want to take a mussel, let it be just your fist size. And I know a lot of us don't do that. We don't do that. A lot of us don't do that. So let it be your fist size and augment with a lot of vegetables. A lot of vegetables. So you can actually eat. But it's the quantity that one eats that matters. It's the exercise one does afterwards that matter. It's the time one takes the meal that matter. Eat dinner early, usually before 7, so that one can burn it. You understand? Don't go to bed at least 3 hours. Endeavor at least 3 hours lapse between dinner and bedtime. Those are the counsel that would help. So it's not in don't eat this or don't eat that, apart from soft drinks and pastries, like I said. Alcohol. Yes, and alcohol, smoking, and all that. The calories, just reduce the quantity size, augment with fruits and vegetables.
So our diet should be more of the quality,
yes,
and not the quantity.
Yes.
All right. It's the Breakfast Fiesta on Oluyole 98.5 FM, and this morning we're talking diabetes. So let's look at some of the complications that may rear their ugly heads when diabetes is not properly managed.
Yes.
So
okay. There are lots of
complications.
There are lots of them, and they are actually they actually reduce one's workforce, the workforce of the community, the workforce of the family, the economic impact of the family, and one of it is it affects the kidneys. I'm sure a lot of people out there have heard about kidney damage. It affects the kidneys. A lot of people have lost their limb because of diabetes. They've lost a leg, they've lost, an arm, just because of diabetes. Now, one of the things that diabetes does is it affects wound healing, because it affects the pipes that carry blood. It affects the nerves that nourishes the body. So when those pipes are affected, when such people with diabetes, when they have a wound, it doesn't heal properly, it doesn't heal well. So one of the other things that someone with diabetes should do is, once you have a wound, please present in the hospital and have it properly taken care of. If anyone out there has a wound that is not healing, is taking time to heal, such person should please present in the hospital and have it properly looked at, because a lot of people have lost limb as a result of diabetes. You understand? It can cause stroke. It can affect the eyes, cataract, glaucoma. It can affect every part of the body. We usually say from head to the toe. Diabetes is dangerous when not properly controlled.
All right, so you've talked about this advocacy, and it's been an annual one, I believe.
Yes.
What successes have you been able to achieve with the advocacy and the campaign? Are people more aware? Is government keen into this, and are all the stakeholders doing the same?
Okay, that's why we're here, and a lot of people out there are again hearing it this morning, that diabetes is out there, and it is the population of people with diabetes, especially in the young, is increasing. So this is one awareness we're doing.
In children?
Yes, even in children. Young age. You understand? The type 1 diabetes I talked about is actually in the young, less than 40. But even now, we are even having the type 2 diabetes in less than 40. Because a lot of our children, you agree with me now, have gained weight. A lot of them are not exercising. You understand? We drive them to school, drive them back home. All the walking to school we did. We have lost it over time. So a lot of our children are also sedentary. They're gaining weight. A lot of children are coming down with diabetes. So this is one of the awareness. And throughout this week, yes, on the 14th of November is World Diabetic Day, and the campaign is out there. So this is also an opportunity to reach out to people and say, please know your risk. Please check yourself. Do annual checkups just to know if you're diabetic or not. Yes, the government have been trying. We are advocating for more. You understand, with respect to putting it out there, let people know about it, and also in the care for those that are diabetic already, making their drugs readily available on the NHIS scheme, making the glucometer, the strip, also readily available on the NHIS scheme, so that the cost of taking care of this will be reduced. in those that have it.
All right. Can you give us an idea of the prevalence of diabetes in Nigeria, for instance?
Okay. Let's take it that the International Diabetic Federation, they've proposed that say by 2050. Currently now in Africa, we have average of about 25 million people with diabetes. And they're proposing that by 2050, it's going to increase by 142%. That's a lot.
It is.
It is a lot.
It's alarming.
It's a lot. And one of the ways we can prevent that is by this risk that we can do something about individually. Now, in Nigeria, it's said that about 1 in 17 persons have diabetes. The prevalence is about 7%. The latest that was done last year by one of our professors in Obomosho set it at about 7%. You understand? So it is actually high, and it is proposed that it would increase. So it's something each one of us should watch. Check your weight, check your height. Let's know whether you are obese, you are overweight, and begin to work on it, begin to exercise, begin to eat well, so that we can all reduce this estimated increase towards 2050.
Now, the part where you said that even children are now becoming diabetic is scary.
Yes.
But in a world where parents are so busy, we have a lot of careering parents now who do not really have time to prepare proper meals, and children have to make do with fast food, snacks and all. What would you recommend?
We recommend that let's incorporate foods in the snack we give our children.
Right.
You understand? I'm sure if you take a census, a lot of us parents don't do that. You understand? Let's reduce just biscuits and juice. Let's put some fruits there. Let's encourage our children to exercise. You understand? Let's find, a lot of us are busy, a lot of us are career parents, but you know, the implication of this in the future, looking at the statistics, is actually high. So let's endeavor. Let's make homemade food for these children. Reduce a lot of this fast food. And a lot of them are springing up because we are patronizing.
Exactly.
You understand? A lot of them are springing up out there. But let's reduce it. Yes, you can do some occasional takeout, is your birthday and all that.
Just treats.
But yes, but let's reduce it. Let's encourage our children, you understand, to take fruits and vegetables. Let's start teaching them to take it from now when they are young.
Even as snacks.
Yes, even as snacks. You know, there's some schools that are already doing it. They have some fruit days. You understand? They have some days in the school calendar where they say no snacks today. The snack today is fruit. But apart from fruit days, let's, as parents, let's begin to give them fruit as snacks.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Olakweju Adeyemi, for coming on Breakfast Fiesta this morning.
Thank you for having us.
It's been most enlightening, and I'm quite sure a lot of people must have learned something this morning. She is an endocrinologist, all right, from the endocrinology units, Department of Medicine, University College Hospital, Ibadan. Thank you so very much for coming.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be taking a break now. Breakfast Fiesta will continue right after that, and we'll be delving into politics. Stay with us. You're welcome back, and the program is still Breakfast Fiesta on Oluyole 98.5 FM. Thank you so much for staying with us. So on Saturday, 8th November, Governor Chukwuma Soludo, the APGA candidate, was re-elected for a second term in office as the governor of Anambra State, polling 422,664 votes and defeating all the other candidates with what was referred to as a landslide victory. Well, we'll be talking about this with my guest, Folusho Olako. Okay, he's a legal practitioner and a current affairs analyst. You're welcome on board Breakfast Fiesta.
Yes, good morning this morning. I hope you are good.
I'm good.
I shouldn't ask because I can see it.
And I know you're good too.
Very well,
Thank you for joining us. All right, a landslide victory for Soludo. Was that a surprise or expected?
Of course, it's expected. I've even said that to some of my friends, even before the election, that the probability of him losing that election is very narrow. And action. The attitude of politicians to elections. Most politicians doesn't want people to come out. For instance, when you introduced or launched, let me use that word, 52,000 security agencies officers into an election, a civil thing, now trying to militarize it. Many people will not really want to go out. Why? And especially with the fact that accidental discharge is very common in our climes. So why should I go out? Then secondly, the credibility of even the election is questionable. We've seen from time that the people apathy to elections are growing, and that is because, like I said, I even said it to some people that Soludo might likely win. Some other people might have that notion and decide, what if I go out, the person that will win will win. If I didn't go out, the person that will win. And that is why vote buying is very popular, because you believe that your vote will not count, and that even after they get to government, they are not going to even look at you again until the next 4 years. So you want to grab the little thing you can grab from them while the process is still on. So to me, I do not think we are actually practicing democracy in Nigeria. 600,000 people out of 2-point-something million, that is very, 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 to me, I don't think it is legitimate.
All right, you mentioned the deployment of security personnel over, I think, about 55,000.
Yeah, 55,000.
But insecurity was mentioned as a major challenge, as that was even before the election. So putting or deploying security agents in a state where insecurity had been mentioned or had been mentioned as a challenge before the election, wasn't that a proactive measure to have taken to ensure that election will be safe and smooth?
That's the dumbest measure, the dumbest one out of every other options that are available. What causes insecurity? Like a friend of mine and a brother usually say, if you don't want cobweb, you kill the spider. So if you don't want insecurity, you meet the need of the people: food, clothing, medicals, health, and about 4 of them. If you are meeting them, nobody will feel insecure. Nobody will want to take from where he doesn't sow. At least insecurity will be reduced. Apart from that, even the Anambra State we are talking about, who is killing who? They are killing themselves in the name of self-determination. So what happened? What has government been doing? Both the state government and even the federal government, both of them pretended to be sleeping. So, it's very difficult to wake somebody that is pretending to be sleeping. So if you want to wake somebody up, somebody that is sleeping, actually it's very easy to wake that person up. But when you are pretending you are sleeping, then it will be very difficult. People are being killed, government is looking elsewhere. That is irresponsibility. That is the breach of the constitutional right of the people, especially section 14 and 16 of the Constitution, which speaks about welfare, security, and people's happiness as the main duty of government. So if government is breaching if government is not doing what it is supposed to do ordinarily, then people will react. So people's reaction leads to insecurity. And what is government doing about insecurity? We've been saying it in several platforms. It is not, Tukano alone cannot do this. In fact, insecurity in Nigeria started politically. And if we are going back to it again, we have to be able to solve it politically too. So it's not about militarizing an election because of insecurity. Who caused the insecurity in the first instance? So I think our leaders should be responsible.
All right. We've been reviewing the Anambra governorship election that took place this weekend with Felicia Olakbo, my guest on the program. But we'll be taking a break now, and we'll continue with the review right after the news in brief and Iroi. Do stay with us.
You get change. I won't give customer.
I don't get to. Get First Money Merchant POS. Let customers pay with cards and never miss a sale. Don't let no change cost you sales. With First Money Merchant POS, enjoy fast payments, instant settlement, and secure transactions. Visit any First Bank branch or sign up on www.firstbanknigeria.com/get your POS to get yours today. First Bank, you first.
Unstoppable, unbeatable, untouchable. The station that does it better. Oluyole FM 98.5 Ibadan.
In news, sports and entertainment, we got everything you need and so much more, yeah. 98.5 FM, Oluyole. 98.5 FM. Hear me now, to your dial to the #1 station. Getting on quality information. Brighten up your day in so many ways. Tune to 98.5 FM. Oluyole, 98.5 FM. 98.5 FM. Oluyole, 98.5 FM. 98.5 FM.
Please listen to this public service announcement. Depositing of building materials and indiscriminate parking of grounded vehicles on the roads are against public good. Do you know that it is unlawful to deposit sand, stones, bamboo trees, granites, and other building materials on the roads? Do you also know that damaged or grounded vehicles are not to be parked at all on the roads? Such unwholesome and bad practice have continued to narrow down public roads and thoroughfares and sometimes contribute to accidents. This bad behavior and practices constitute a waste of public funds, as money that's supposed to be used for other infrastructures are still being used to repair same old roads previously constructed with taxpayers' money. Let us help the government to help ourselves. Now is the time for a change of attitude to avoid being
Radio tí ó láfiwé, Oluyole FM, àwa ni bàbá.
Mo kí wa kú dédé àsìkò ìròyìn ní ṣókí. Ikọ̀ dìbòlùgbà Operation Adinkai àti ikọ̀ alájùmọ̀ṣe lápá ìlà oòrùn àríwá ti dólẹ̀mí èèyàn 96 lọ́wọ́ àwọn ajínigbé. Ọwọ́ tẹ afurasí agbésùmọ̀mí 29 tó ń pèsè nǹkan jagun fáwọn olubi ẹ̀dá. Ikọ̀ méjèèjì ló ṣe àṣeyọrí yìí nípínlẹ̀ Borno. Òṣìṣẹ́ fétò ìròyìn ikọ̀ náà ọ̀gágun àgbà Sanni Uba nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan tó fi sí ojú òpó rẹ̀ lónìí ṣàlàyé pé ikọ̀ ogun 135 battalion ṣe ìkọlù sí ikọ̀ agbésùmọ̀mí Boko Haram àti ISWAP lánàá ní Dùsẹ̀ Kúrá. Ó ṣàlàyé pé ikọ̀ ogun yìí pagidínà ìkọlù tí ìbá wáyé tó sì dóòlà àwọn agbésùmọ̀mí náà ní tó dọdẹ wọn ní Mongari lẹ́yìn tó ṣàwárí pé àwọn agbésùmọ̀mí náà ń jí àwọn aráàlú àti ọkọ̀ gbé lójú ọ̀nà Buratai Kamuya. Ìwádìí tí wọ́n ṣe yìí ló fa bíbá àwọn ibùdó tí wọ́n lè gbé káàkiri 11 jẹ́ kanlẹ̀ àti dídóòlà èèyàn 96 tí wọ́n jí gbé tó fi mọ́ àwọn ọmọdé. Àjọ tó ń dà sí ìpèsèlẹ̀ pàjáwìrì nílẹ̀ INEMA ti sọ pé èèyàn tó lé díẹ̀ ní 1,400 ló fara kááṣà nínú ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìkún-omi tó wáyé ní ìpínlẹ̀ 17 àti ìjọba àbílẹ̀ 124 káàkiri orílẹ̀-èdè yìí lọ́jọ́ 4 oṣù kọkànlá ọdún yìí, gẹ́gẹ́ bí àkọsílẹ̀ nípa ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìkún-omi tí wọ́n fi síta lánàá. Lọ́dún yìí èèyàn tó lé díẹ̀ ní 1,400 ló ti pa ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìkún-omi di aláìnílé lórí. Èèyàn 200 àti ẹyọ kan wọ́n pàdánù ẹ̀mí wọn. Èèyàn 200 ló fara ṣèṣe nígbà tí èèyàn 55 di àwátì jákèjádò orílẹ̀-èdè yìí. Àkọsílẹ̀ ìfihàn gbangba pé ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìkún-omi náà ó ba ilé ìgbé tó lé díẹ̀ ní 52 jẹ́ kanlẹ̀. Sáré ilẹ̀ tí wọ́n gbin oko sí tí òun tó 64,000 òun la gbọ́ pé omi wọ́ lọ tó sì sọ ẹgbẹ̀lẹ́gbẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn di aláìnílé lórí. Èyí lópin ìròyìn ní ṣókí fún ti àkókò yìí. Mo kí wa kú dédé àsìkò yìí. Ẹ ṣé tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa.
Àmì òjèjì rédíò tí ó láfiwé, Oluyole FM, àwa ni bàbá.
Unstoppable, unbeatable, untouchable. The station that does it better. Oluyole FM 98.5 Ibadan.
You're welcome back to Breakfast Fiesta on Oluyole 98.5 FM, where I have been reviewing the Anambra governorship election with my guest, Oluyole Olakwoyi, public affairs analyst and legal practitioner. So thank you for staying with us. Going back to some of the facts that you mentioned before the break, the part of voter apathy. One will think that Nigerians have learned by now, when you don't turn out for votes, then it doesn't usually turn out the way the people want, or so we have been saying. The issue of voter apathy, should it be what politicians should work on, or we should put an end to as a people?
Yes, like I said, there are several factors to voter apathy, and the first one is the fact that people do not believe in the credibility of the election. Whether they vote or not, they believe the winner will emerge, irrespective of their vote. And if not, I think most of the time we practice courtocracy here in Nigeria and not democracy, where the court have to decide the winner. And that is an aberration. In fact, to me, I think it's a breach of the Constitution. Constitution is about, democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. People have to decide. And even where the people decide, the court could say, no, your decision is not substantially that the procedure was not substantially. I want to use that phrase from the Electoral Act: substantial compliance with the law. So most of the time, substantial compliance might not mean what the people decide. So, and that one, the fact that people believes that the winner will emerge, irrespective of the person or the person they have decided to vote for. Secondly, that even when their person won, the court can actually say this person. For instance, the Imo State governor, I think, was in number 4th, so it was brought back. The incumbent, Uzodima, so he was the 4th. He was in the 4th position. Now is the governor. So something happened, and the people want, I think, Ihedioha then, but the court said no, Ihedioha did not win. So the third one is the fact that the militarization of the system, the process, is not too good. We borrow our democracy or this type of presidential system of government from America. But America do not shut down the economy when they are going into election. But we shut down ours. We restrict movement, irrespective of the fact that majority of Nigerians are daily earners. They deprive them from any living for that day throughout. So you see, for instance, I say our country is behaving the way it's behaving because it has been programmed to behave that way. Except and unless we go back to the basis. Even to look at like I said earlier, if you do not want cobweb, you have to kill the spider. It's not the process alone, it's a systemic failure. It's not about INEC, it's not about the security agencies, it is about the process, it's about the foundation. Mr. or Professor Achebe said there was a country. So we need to go back and look for that country and bring it back now.
All right, there have been allegations of vote buying, and one of the governorship candidates even mentioned underage voting. Are these worrying factors gradually becoming a part of our democracy and election process in Nigeria? And what does this portend for democracy?
Well, it will appear, especially vote buying. In the South there, I do not think underage usually votes in the South. But for the Northern Nigeria, I don't know.
But this is not the North.
Yes, I'm coming back to that. If it's established that they're underaged, then that would be an aberration. But the more popular one between the two is vote buying. And why is that again? We have to go back to the basis. The politicians, what they did to their own advantage is to weaponize hunger. And where hunger begins, rationality ends. Where hunger begins, you can't behave rationally. So people will grab whatever they can from a system that is not giving anything. The system gives to the politicians and the few elites amongst them. But to the ordinary Nigerians, the citizens, they are left on their own. They are on their own. You provide your own road, you provide your own security, you provide your own light, you provide everything for yourself. But they are enjoying the patrimony. The government continues to supply.
But are we not abating them when we continue to, receive these things from them and do their bidding? Are we not
Unfortunately,
abating
whether or not we receive or we don't receive, they will still do their bidding because they have processed it that way. I have said something now that the people's decision might not count if the court has to decide who was the winner in the first place. To me, what I think should happen is this. If it is established that an election has not complied substantially to the Electoral Act, what the court should do is to throw it back to the people to decide, not the court to specify the no. That's
but even when it is thrown back to the people, will the same cycle not repeat itself?
But
vote buying,
people will
collecting largesse from these people and then doing their bidding.
People will be spending money. Let's take it this way. At the time Maurice Iwu was the INEC chairman, matters that went to court rose about 80% of electoral matters that went to court. By the time Professor Jega was leaving, it's reduced to 35%. Now it is going back. During Mahmoud Jega, it was going back to 70-something, 78%. So meaning there are several things working towards that. If people are not hungry, excuse me, I told you one thing. I do not even know the representative representing my area. And by constitution, he has to have a constituent as house where he has to meet with his constituent, maybe from time to time. Many of them will go back to Abuja. They win, they go to Abuja until election time. You won't see them anymore. They said the major arm of government in any democracy is the office of the people, which is represented by the legislature. Most legislatures don't even know their hometown, not to talk of their constituent, their own hometown. They left years back. They don't even know what is happening there. So, and they will win election, they will do adverts on paper and all that, and collecting a whole lot of things from government. So, except and unless, like I said, this is a systemic failure. It's not about people collecting. Of course, people collecting is an offense, because the law says it's an offense. So to that extent, it's an offense. But it's not about the people collecting. If there is no one giving, then there will not be people collecting. So if the government is government of the people really, and they are doing that which the people wanted, like I said, Nigerians do not want much from politicians, just to meet the basic needs of life, which is feeding, accommodation, clothing, and medicals. That is all. If they are able to, I'm sorry, the general brand, paracetamol. Take paracetamol now. Paracetamol before now, I think the whole pack was less than 100 naira. One sachet now costs more than 300 naira. So there are some people that cannot even afford one daily bread. How would they be able to afford 300 naira to buy drugs? So, and somebody is out there saying, I just want your thumb. They might not even understand what that means. Because majority, you watch the Anambra election, you see that most people that voted were the aged. The youths are nowhere to be found. Why? Because they are not interested in the process.
But why would you not be interested in the future of wherever you find yourself? The country, state, local government, why would you not be interested?
In fact, people should. But unfortunately, even if you are, you might not get what you wanted, and that is why people are running away from it. So let's stop first. Court stop declaring winner. Stop it. Secondly, let there be enforcement of the law regarding vote buying. It's not those people that want to distribute 1,000, 2,000 that are the main perpetrators. They are the deep-pocketed ones. In there, they don't even show up.
The sponsors.
Yes, they don't. The sponsors, they don't show up. So go to them. Go to them. Enforce the law against them. You will see people will sit up. But if there is no fear of the law, there will be confidence in impunity, and that is what is happening. Confidence in impunity. So the laws, we have several laws, criminal laws, violence against persons act, anti-torture law, a whole lot of them. Even electoral law. Are they being enforced? No. So like I said, even if they want to be enforced, it's man no man. Do you know who I am? If that notion is made to leave our mouth, do you know who I am? You are nobody. You are somebody. In as much as you are a citizen of Nigeria, then you are somebody. You should not be a professor for me to respect you. I should not be a lawyer for me to respect you. Miss Jemima, and I regard you as Miss Jemima, a human being with dignity, and I should respect that dignity in you, the God person in you. So it's not, do you know who I am? Who are you? I don't want to know.
Well, let's move away from that to reviewing the performance of INEC, especially being the first under the new INEC chairman, Professor Amopiton. How did INEC do in this election? How would you rate the preparedness?
Well, to me, I won't say this is a litmus test for Mr. Amopiton or Prof. Amopiton.
You wouldn't say?
No, I wouldn't. Why? Because it's just in there less than 16 or 20 days. So he might not even have finished his handover notes by now. To me, I think this is just a baptism for him to know what election really is in Nigeria. And I think if he's very wise, he should use this as an experiment, you know, or let me just say observation. Let him observe what happened or transpired in this, and let him now begin to take notes and to what extent is the Osun and Ekiti elections are going to be impacted by this election. So to me, I think Mr. Amopiton should be excised from this. Of course, it's a baptism for him. Let him learn. But the performance of INEC generally, I do not think they performed more than they have actually been performing under Mahmoud Yakubu. And I do not really blame them for that, because Yakubu was the one that actually, you know, prepared for all this. So whatever happened yesterday, it was Yakubu's hand. How do I do it? Is it Yakubu's hand or Amopiton's voice? So Yakubu's hand or Amopiton's voice. So, but for now, let's just spare Amopiton. But at least for Osun election and Ekiti election, so we can now see. Of course, to me, I thought it had failed in one aspect of it, and that is the issue that politicians have started even campaigning even before the time allotted by law. So you should have stopped that immediately he got there. But maybe there is still something he's going to do regarding that. I don't know. But to me, I think INEC performed as they have been performing under Yakubu Mohammed.
So what should the people of Anambra expect from Soludo for second term? It seemed like it's gradually become a norm, the second term ticket for most governors. So what should they expect from
Nothing.
Soludo?
Or they'll be disappointed. Because most second term governors doesn't work even more than the first time. In fact, I think they even work better in their first time than the second one. Look at Fashola when Fashola was there. Fashola first time was firebrand. Second time we were just looking at, where is this man? Because I was in Lagos then, I was working in Lagos. So, and several of them like that. No, the next thing Mr. Soludo will be looking at is how to become a senator.
He said he's getting back to work. What he said when he was declared winner.
Yes,
let's get back to work.
Yes, get back to work.
Yes, get back to work.
As Anambra State Governor. But let's see, after 2 or 3 years, by the grace of God, both of us will be on this seat. I probably would have been promoted there. But I will come here and tell you again that Shebi has said so.
So what does...
I am not confident in any second-term governor. And that is why I support the one-term office for president and governor. That one, I think it will be better.
So what should be our takeaway generally from the Anambra governorship election that took place on Saturday?
Yes, generally, I think one for INEC. I think INEC should learn from this a lot, because the beavers, the areas, I have to commend them for that. Even before, by 7:30, almost all the elections have been uploaded at the IRF. By 8:30 or 8:15, thereabout, the winner has been, declared. I think I like that. It's very swift, and I think they should work on that. Then I commend them for that.
So that's a plus.
Yes, that's a plus. But again, for the general election, let me just say that I think we do not need to be shutting down the economy. No, people transfer billions of business transaction on phone. You don't have to go out to vote. You can do that on your phone, and I think the National Assembly should work towards that. Then the diaspora election, Cameroon, there was a diaspora election. The Cameroonians voted both in Abuja and in Lagos. There are embassies in Abuja and in Lagos. So if Cameroon could do that, then what is happening to us? In fact, the statistics show that diaspora, this their money, what is it called, that they send back to the country, it's even more than the monies that we generate from petroleum for this last quarter. So if they are contributing economically to this country, I think they should be able to decide who governs this country too. Then I like the ones the National Assembly is talking about. That's the prisoners being given the opportunity to vote. Yes, they should, because the dignity of their human person is still there. Yes, so, and we should respect that. So they are citizens of this country, and as citizens, we should, embrace them and stop stigmatizing them. So to me, I think most of the job lies with the National Assembly. One, for there to be electronic voting. Then two, diaspora voting. Because electronic voting will subdue even the, to some extent, vote buying. Yeah, because you are still sitting on your house and real-time online, like the banks usually say, real-time online. You're just voting. People are seeing it on the IRF and everything. I think something should be done regarding that. And at the end of the day, you see that our electoral process will be more sane and credible than what we have now.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Oluyole, for coming on today's episode of Breakfast Fiesta. It's always insightful having you join us. And to you at home too, thank you very much for being a part of the program. Mr. Oluyole is a legal practitioner and a public affairs analyst. And I'm quite sure, like I have learned a whole lot, you have too. So ensure you join us same time next week for another interesting episode of the program. Thank you so much for being a part of today's episode. My name is Jamila Ilibiri, and I say goodbye on behalf of the producer, Oladimiji Saladin, and the AA here, Toby Abiodu. Do have a great week ahead. Bye.
and entertainment. We got everything you need and so much more, yeah.
98.5 FM. Oluyole. 98.5 FM.
Hear me now. You're down to the number one station. Educative and quality information. Brighten up your day in so many ways. Tune to 98.5
FM. Oluyole. 98.5 FM. 98.5 FM. Oluyole. 98.5 FM. 98.5 FM.
Oluyole FM ní gbogbo ìlú ń gbọ́ orí àwọn eléré wọn náà ni wọ́n ń bọ̀.
Ọmọdé ìlú o, àgbààgbà ìlú o, Oluyole ni ẹ máa gbọ́. Bó jẹ́ torin, àwa la lórin, bó jẹ́ tìròyìn elétí ọ̀fẹ́ òtẹ́tì, àwa la mọ ohun tí ẹ̀ ń fẹ́. Ètò àtàtà lóríṣiríṣi àwa la lè dé, lẹ́kùpẹ́gbà olókojò bàbá ni. 98.5 o, ó là ní lọ́yẹ̀sẹ̀ o, òun ṣàní ẹ máa gbọ́.
Ẹ ṣeun igi pọ̀ ní gbọ́ká tó figi ọmọ gbẹ̀gbẹ̀ dùn ìròyìn àsìkò tó kún rẹ́rẹ́ eré ìdárayá kálá nílọ́yẹ̀ lásìkò ọ̀rọ̀ òṣèlú orin àgbọ̀dúnú ètò lóríṣiríṣi Oluyole FM lọ́gá gbogbo mùtúmù wa.
Ọmọdé ìlú o, àgbààgbà ìlú o, Oluyole ni ẹ máa gbọ́.
Aago mọ́kànlá àbọ̀ lólù láti iléeṣẹ́ rédíò Olúyọ̀lé 98.5 FM. Ètò ohun gbá yagiyagi ni a ó máa mú wá fún yín pẹ̀lú Kọ́lá Ọmọ́tọ̀ṣọ́. Ẹ máa bá wa ká lọ.
Today, tomorrow no more. Ẹ tún jẹ́ ìjọ fi gbé bọ́dì. Ọlọ́run ọba mi tó tò rẹ ìbà. Ọba tó dá ayé àtọ̀run ta ni mi ò bá fi yín wé kò sẹ́ni tó lè bá yín dọ́gba. Ọlọ́run ọba mi ìbà. Ọba tó fún mi lẹ́bùn tẹ̀mí tí wọ́n ń lò yìí. Ó fún mi ní gbogbo swags mi. Òun ló fi jẹ́ pé ní gbogbo ìgbà tí àkókò ní máa ń palantẹ́ polongo tẹnumọ́ tẹ́símọ́ fakọ sí wípé ọlọ́sẹ̀ aláwàláì láyé àtọ̀run kò sẹ́ni méjì tí màá gbé fún tó kọjá ọba ọ̀kan ṣoṣo yìí bẹ́yìn náà bá bísí tó bá jẹ́ pé ráàyè ẹjẹ́ jùmọ̀jọ́ gbé fún bàbá gọ́ọ̀dù lókè ó yá náà gbé fún bàbá àgbàlagbà yìí ẹjẹ́ fìgínagí ká lè gbádùn ogi o ẹjẹ́ dàbà lábò ṣẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ kó tún lè pọ̀tọ̀ fún ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ ẹ kú mọ̀ pé bí ṣẹlẹ̀ ò bá ṣẹlẹ̀ lágbo eléré ìdárayá mi ò ní sọ fún yín pé ṣẹlẹ̀ torí wípọ́ tó ti zẹ̀ ìníṣẹ́ máa mú ọ́fìn yín pé kájà fi yòlù zẹ̀ ìyẹ̀bà kì í káàbọ̀ lórúkọ àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ àti olùdarí ìkànnì yìí Olúyọ̀lé 98.5 FM àti BCOS